What makes a book survive more than 150 years? Why do generations of readers from different countries, cultures, and centuries continue to return to the same story? What makes a novel more than a novel and transform it into a mirror of humanity? Welcome back to The Open Page. In our last episode, we explored the extraordinary life of Leo Tolstoy, a writer who believed literature should not simply entertain us but awaken us. Today, we step into his greatest masterpiece, War and Peace. Often described as one of the finest novels ever written, War and Peace is much more than a story about Napoleon's invasion of Russia. It's a story about us, about our fears, our dreams, our relationships, our failures, and our endless search for meaning. The first great idea Tolstoy presents is hidden in the title itself, War and Peace. To most writers, war is a stage for heroes. To Tolstoy, it is something entirely different. War is confusion, it's fear, it's loss. On the battlefields of Austerlitz and Borodino, soldiers fight without fully understanding why. Plans collapse, victories feel meaningless, death arrives without warning. There is no glory in destruction, no romance in violence, and yet, against this chaos, Tolstoy places something beautifully ordinary. A family gathered around a dinner table, a quiet conversation, a moment of forgiveness, a home filled with love. For Tolstoy, true peace is not merely the absence of war, it is the presence of human connection. And the question echoes throughout the novel: what gives life meaning? Each of the novel's major characters spends years searching for an answer. Pierre Bezhoff inherits immense wealth. He becomes one of the richest men in Russia, yet money cannot silence his loneliness. Prince Andrei dreams of military glory, and standing wounded on the battlefield looking up at an endless blue sky, he realizes how small ambition truly is. Natasha Rostova searches for happiness through love, only to discover that love itself demands patience, forgiveness, and growth. Each journey is different, yet each leads to the same realization: life's deepest meanings cannot be found in success or fame or power. It is found in compassion, in kindness, in the people we love. One of the most remarkable aspects of War and Peace is that no one remains the same. Pierre changes, Natasha changes, Prince Andrei changes. Tolstoy reminds us that people are never finished. We grow, we stumble, we make mistakes, we suffer, and through suffering, we often discover who we truly are. Perhaps this is why his characters still feel astonishingly real today, because none of them are perfect. They are beautifully, painfully human. Then comes one of Tolstoy's most revolutionary ideas. Who makes history? Is it kings, generals, emperors? Most history books tell us that great leaders shape the world. Tolstoy disagreed. He believed history is created not by a single hero, but by millions of ordinary people making ordinary choices. Even Napoleon, the man many consider invincible, is portrayed not as a master of destiny, but as another human being carried along by forces greater than himself. History, Tolstoy suggests, belongs to everyone, not just those whose names appear in textbooks. Family is another heartbeat of this remarkable novel. The Rostovs, the Bolkonskys, the Bezhovs. Each family represents a different way of living. Some are driven by love, others by pride, some by generosity, others by ambition. Yet throughout the novel, Tolstoy quietly reminds us that our greatest strength rarely comes from wealth or social status. It comes from the people who stand beside us: family, friendship, loyalty, forgiveness. These are the foundations upon which meaningful lives are built. And perhaps nowhere is this clearer than in Tolstoy's understanding of love. Love in War and Peace is not simply romance. It is sacrifice, it is patience, it is choosing another person's happiness alongside your own. It is the force that transforms people into better versions of themselves. But Tolstoy also asks us to look beyond appearances. His aristocratic society dazzles with elegance, wealth, and magnificent ballrooms. yet beneath the glitter often lies emptiness. Many characters chase prestige and public admiration, others quietly pursue honesty, humility, and truth. By the end of the novel, we understand which path leads to lasting fulfillment. Not appearances, character. Not status, integrity. Perhaps the greatest lesson of War and Peace is this: life cannot be controlled. Plans fail, dreams change, people leave. History takes unexpected turns. We possess free will, but we also live within forces larger than ourselves. Wisdom lies not in controlling everything, but in responding with courage, compassion, and grace. Even suffering, something every character experiences, becomes a teacher. Loss deepens empathy, failure brings wisdom, forgiveness becomes freedom, and hope survives even in the darkest moments. This is why War and Peace remains timeless, not because it tells us what happened in 19th century Russia, but because it tells what it means to be human. It reminds us that life's greatest victories are rarely won on battlefields. They are won within ourselves, through love, through resilience, through moral courage, and through the quiet decisions we make every single day. In some other episode of The Open Page, we'll leave the grand sweep of history behind and enter the intimate world of another Tolstoy masterpiece, Anna Karenina. Until then, keep reading, keep reflecting, because every great story is also the story of our own lives. Thank you for listening to The Open Page. See you in the next episode.